That's the right key. Hello. Welcome to another fake genius lyric thingamajig, whatever. I don't even know. These are all starting to be the same stupid intro. So let's just get right into it. So I wrote this, or I started to get the first idea for this back in August. That's when I first started thinking about this whole 12 months idea of releasing one song per month. And I was like, all right, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well get started on the first one, because that'll be the first one I'll have to release. So let's see if this even works. Try and write the January one. And I was thinking about what the theme should be. And I was like, okay, how do I feel in January? What usually happens? It's like, oh, nothing happens. Maybe that's the song. Maybe the song is about like all this hype and excitement from the holidays and everything's decorated and things going on. And then January comes around and the weather's usually kind of gloomy and gray and sad. And you're already sad because you have to take down your Christmas decorations, but then you have to also keep up with your resolutions. And it's kind of this like nostalgic, mellow month. And I was like, okay, well, maybe that's the song. So let's write the song. So I did. Clock strikes midnight, fireworks light. For a moment, it feels just right. Smiling faces, warm embraces, possibilities all ignite. You guys know I love to like paint some sort of image in the song because that's what helps me write. When I can envision it almost like a scene from a movie, and then at that point I'm just describing what I'm seeing. So that's what I wanted to do here. I wanted to paint that like really magical excitement of New Year's Eve. You know, everything seems great. People are smiling, toasting. Everyone's like, yes, this year is gonna be amazing, and hugging and kissing, and yeah, we made it. And it's like this great uplifting joy. And it all just seems very perfect and great and fantastic in that moment. So that's what I want to capture in that first verse. Pre-chorus. Then the next morning, I drive to work. People annoy me, and I'm spilling coffee all over my favorite shirt. So here, I wanted to juxtapose it with the verse where everything's like hype, excitement, New Year's Eve, yay! And then you make all this promises to yourself of things you're gonna do, and then like the first day of January rolls around and real life happens. You know, you are late. There's tiny little complications that happen every single day. You get in tiny little arguments with people. Things annoy you, like you drop stuff, you spill things, and then the reality of life kind of hits you. And in all this conundrum of everyday life, it's so hard to remember what you really are trying to achieve, you know, because we get so caught up in all these tiny little problems that happen every single day. And so I wanted to capture that in the pre-chorus. That's sort of like almost sadness that we get. We let ourselves be distracted by all these little unimportant problems that happen every single day instead of focusing on the big picture, if you will. All right, chorus. Why do my New Year's resolutions never reach their full evolutions? Faced with the day, it all fades away in January. If you're ever going to talk to a songwriter, the chorus is always supposed to be like, if you were to pitch this song to another person that's never heard it, that pitch should be in the chorus. Very concise sort of description of what the song is actually about. And in this case, it's about why do all of our resolutions, all the promises we make to ourselves, why can we never keep up with them? As soon as they are being placed again or faced with every single day, all of a sudden we forget about all that and we focus all of our energy on facing with these little problems that happen every single day. So that's the chorus. I wanted to do this thing where it sort of grows from a very personal, intimate feeling, why do my New Year's resolutions, to a sort of like a general feeling that we all experience, why do our New Year's resolutions, in the second chorus. Because I wanted it to feel personal to everyone, not just me. And I think using our really applies it to, you know, whoever's listening. Okay, anyways, verse 2. This year I'll be patient, I'll see beauty in all the little things. Promises fill the room, I still feel first verse is about the excitement of New Year's Eve, and then the next day what happens. And then this is a more sort of like a zoom in into what are these specific resolutions are, and it's stuff that, this is for me very personal. Like, I think I'm a very impatient person, so this is a huge thing for me. And seeing beauty in all the little things. That's like, if I were to like put my life mission into one sentence or one phrase, it would be this. I think that's so important in life because, okay, I'm gonna get really deep now, but time is so fleeting, and it's very quiet, and we forget about the fact that time keeps running out. And I mentioned this in the little teaser for 12 months, but like how sneaky of time to like so quietly coexist in our lives. Like, it should be something that's like screaming into your face every single day, like, oh my God, this is the only time you'll get to experience this day and see this thing, so like make the most of it. And I'm not great at that. I very often, more often than not, I forget to do that. But it is my sort of like life mission, or like a pursuit, to be able to do that, because I think that's really where the meaning of life comes. It's in this idea of not focusing so much on the little daily problems, but sort of enjoying every single moment that we get on this earth, and really seeing the beauty in the very simple things, like hearing the birds sing in your trees outside, or like enjoying your morning coffee, stuff like that. So those are my personal resolutions, and faced with the day, they often fade away in January and the rest of the year. But yeah, let's do the bridge. Writing down a list of all the changes, plans and fancy phrases. Can't it be enough to always try to do our best? If you are familiar with this melody, it's because it's Tchaikovsky. So he's one of my absolute favorite composers, him and Chopin. I grew up with classical music, so this like evokes very unique emotions in me, like nostalgia, thinking about my past, the future, how that all kind of philosophy. I don't know. But one of the things that I wanted to try to do this year is to sort of, since we are using a lot more live instruments, a lot of strings and stuff like that, I wanted to try and find an interpolation. So an interpolation is just when you use a melody from another composer, but you don't use their specific recording. You just use the melody. A sample is if I were to use the exact audio from the original recording, but I'm just using the melody. So that's an interpolation. So I wanted to try and find an interpolation of a classical music piece in all of these 12 months. The Nutcracker would actually be pretty fitting, because the Nutcracker is the production that basically all opera and ballet houses across the world love to put on during the holidays, during Christmas time. That's like the tradition. And so including a melody from something that you were hearing during the holidays, I think even further ties in that whole nostalgia feeling. For some reason, there's this societal belief that from one night to the next morning, which happened to be December 31st to January 1st, like we can just make like a cut in our lives and you'll be a different person and everything will change and it'll be amazing. And because of that belief, I think is why most of these resolutions always fall through. It's because you focus on all these specific things and it's like this one specific deadline that they're supposed to happen during. When in reality, shouldn't the whole point of life be to constantly try to improve? Like, why does this one specific date have to be, a reason for you to change? Like, it should be every morning that you wake up, you should be able to try and find some beauty in that. Which ties us into the last chorus. Let's do that. What if my New Year's resolutions never held any real solutions? What if each day, sunshine or gray, I wake up and say that I let this day take me? The idea of finding the opportunity to be better and to grow in every single day, to just let the day take you away, whatever happens, like sunshine or gray, whether it's a beautiful day where there's a lot of annoying things happening, if it's stressful, to try and find some beauty in that and to remind yourself that you only get to experience it once. So yeah, that was January. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you back in literally 1 month, because we're doing 12 of these now, baby. 11 more to go. All right, peace. Bye. I'm gonna end it there. Editing.